Rewi was a great New Zealander. He gave the last 60 years of his life to serving the people of China as a worker, as an organiser in the fight against Japan, as a teacher and as a writer. 45 years ago, when New Zealand established diplomatic relations with China, Rewi was there in Beijing to welcome and to support those of us in that embassy. He had great mana in Beijing, and that mana still supports and benefits New Zealand in China today.
Rewi Alley said he didn't have what he called a do-good complex, but he certainly did a lot of good. When the decorated First World War veterans' farm failed, 30-year-old Alley decided to see the world, China in particular. He arrived in colonial-controlled Shanghai 90 years ago, joined the fire service and rose to become the chief factory inspector. Shanghai was booming, and its upper classes were getting rich off the masses of poor factory workers. Alley was distraught by their working conditions, especially the child workers, and the factory fires that commonly killed hundreds. Also, he knew the desperately poor in China's famine-struck hinterland needed aid. As a farmer, Alley understood what it was like to struggle on the land, so rolling up his own sleeves, in 1932 he travelled to Inner Mongolia to help dig an irrigation canal. And when the Japanese invaded in 1937, taking China's factories for its own war effort and blockading its interior, Alley left Shanghai, moving inside the blockade. There he formed hundreds of small factories in what became known as the Gung Ho movement, meaning working together. In these self-supporting cooperatives, workers used whatever they could find to produce whatever the Red Army needed to fight the Japanese. The Gung Ho factories gave people jobs when there were no jobs, wages, leadership and the means to survive. By 1942, about 2,000 cooperatives had been set up, spreading industry throughout the country. Then Alley turned to education, founding Bailey Schools, named for the American missionary and educational pioneer Joseph Bailey. In 1944, the first Bailey School started in Jiangxi province, but was dismantled and shifted to Shandan on the edge of the Gobi Desert. Alley knew a wide and ready range of skills were vital to China's reconstruction, and the children learned to produce a lot: mechanics, electrics, textiles, pottery, glass and paper making, farming, even button making. After the People's Republic was established in 1949, the government moved the school to Langzhou, becoming the Bailey Oil School. It's now known as the Shandan Bailey School once again. Post-war, Rewi Alley found himself in demand on the world stage to speak and write about the China he loved. From that time until his death in Beijing in 1987, he wrote 30 books about China and translated Chinese poetry. His aim was now to develop international understanding of his adopted country. While Alley chose to remain in China until his death in 1987, he received support and recognition from home, particularly after New Zealand recognised the People's Republic of China in 1972. New Zealand's relationship with China remains one of historic firsts, not just in trade and economic relations, but in education, science, culture, regional cooperation and more. And the rich, multifaceted and growing relationship we enjoy today is due in no small part to the vision, the work and the legacy of Rewi Alley.